In this video, I'm going to show you how I like to structure my days as a full-time real estate agent. I know on YouTube, I've seen like the perfect schedule for a successful real estate agent or the daily tactics, whatever it may be. This is me showing you what I personally do for myself and how I've structured it, as well as the flexibility. So if you haven't heard of me or come across my channel, welcome. My name is Adelas. I am a full-time realtor here in South Florida, and I have had so many people ask me, how do I structure my days? How do I manage everything? More importantly, the biggest question I think I've always gotten in life is like, how do I fit in so much into my day? So today I'm going to show you how I like to do my calendar. I just kind of did a mock-up so you can learn and kind of create your own. So let me just go ahead and dive in. Okay, so this is just a general idea of what you can do. I just made it generic. This is not necessarily specific to my schedule, so I'm just assuming this is maybe every parent's or family member's type of schedule. So for myself, I like to put the big boulders in first. If you've ever heard that analogy, like what's most important to you, you put it like a big boulder in a glass jar, and then they put like the pebbles and then the sand and then the water to fill it up entirely. So these like pink salmon colored ones are my big boulders, which are dropping off kids. This is just generalizing, assuming across the country, if your kids started school at 8 and maybe school was 15 minutes away, a little strategy that I picked up on is always putting the buffer. So I would actually leave at 7:45, assuming they started school at 8. And then for me to come back home, it would be 8:15. So it's a 7:45 to 8:15 slot here. And then working out an hour. So immediately working out from like 8:15 to 9:15. Right here, I would actually put get ready for the day, because you would be surprised. So many things can switch. You get a call, somebody wants to meet, somebody wants to show property, whatever it may be. I have to be put together. So that's hair, makeup, and then just something I can change in and out of really quick. So this is going to be 45-minute time slots. So we're going to do to 10. And then I like to change my colors. This is me just basically creating it on my Google Calendar. I don't necessarily live and breathe off of my Google Calendar, but I do refer to it just to make sure I'm not totally off. I do tend to, because it is out of habit, have it a lot in my brain, but sometimes when I'm not 100% confident, like, wait, what should I be doing right now? That's when I look at my calendar. So let's just say this is, let's just make it, I don't know. I'll just do that color for now because I'm showing you. I always like to do a repeat weekly. Some people will do like Monday through Friday. I avoid that like the plague because I want flexibility. So if I want it for Tuesday, I'm going to duplicate it. We're going to switch it to Tuesday, save. And if you're noticing, it's filling in, and this is already set. So if I move it to Wednesday, that changes to Wednesday. So see how it's kind of like filling in. The reason I like to do this is because if something comes up and I have to delete it, I can't make it, or have to change the time, it's easier if it's isolated on its own. So like, let's say for example, working out, I don't have time, but I definitely want to work out. I can just drag it and it'll just be for this event. And then the rest of my week is not affected. Do you see that? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they're not affected. Or let's say, for example, cold calling. Maybe I have showings with a buyer or listing appointments. Because you guys know me, I don't do listing appointments around dinner time or in the evening. So if I need to do a listing appointment, I can just click and drag and go, you know what? I can't do my cold calling today from 10 to 12. I'm going to have to do it from 4 to 6, I can just click and drag. So let me just kind of go over the rest here. So get ready for the day, 45 minutes. And for myself, I have a rule that I have to be at my desk, ready to go at my office, because this is work. We work, okay? We work, guys. 10 to 12. And then look forward to lunch. I put 12 to 12:30 for myself. I could easily eat within 5 minutes, maybe even 15. I've never been a huge lunch person unless it's a lunch date with my husband. And sometimes I'll change that up. Like, let's say this day, it's not just 15 minutes, but maybe my husband and I intentionally are going to go on a lunch date. So that I would change to lunch date. Follow-ups, I don't necessarily do follow-ups every single day. Sometimes I might just do 2 hours on one day. You can switch it up. But I always like to at least put it in. So if I need to, like, let's say, for example, I did follow-ups Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm already done. I don't have follow-ups Thursday, Friday. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm done. I can just delete those. So I think the biggest takeaway I want you to know is, like, your calendar is flexible as long as you have the core pieces in there. You can still maneuver. One of the biggest things I learned from Jim Rohn was just like keeping your promises to yourself. So if you can at least put it in there, okay, I have it, I can do it. But if something comes up, I can at least move it and get it done. For example, like this workout part, maybe I'm really sore and I need my body to take a rest. I'm just going to delete this event just for that day. So what's nice is, because this is weekly, it'll be here every single week. I'm just kind of toggling through, but you can kind of play with your week. I do like to just take my schedule week by week. I mean, trying to, like, military wise, every single day, this is hell or high water. I have to call between 10 and 12. I'm sorry. I know life happens. As long as I can get it done, I'm fine with that. Now you might notice there are some gaps in here. The reason I like my gaps is because if I do want to switch it around, I can. I also have appointments. I have CMAs to do. I have photo shoots. So for example, let's say tomorrow I have a photo shoot for a new listing. That I know takes at least 2 hours. And let's say, we'll just leave it for here. And I always like to color it a different color. Let's say it's a light green. So if you notice my colors, the pink are for like priority, right? And then the green is for money. And the yellow is just lunch, personal. It's the purple, P and P. I don't know, just kind of meshed that way. So yeah, I don't know if a lot of you are just kind of maybe shocked if you've been following me for some time, because I do get this question like, Adela, how do you do so much? I think for myself, let me take this off here. I think the biggest takeaway for you is that I give myself breathing space. When I first started in real estate and I was losing my head with like structure and schedules, there are so many coaches, mentors, people on YouTube advising like you have to have every single thing blocked off. But I think what they don't realize is like life happens. You get sick, your kids get sick. My internet goes out and I can't make my calls. A photo shoot gets canceled. I get a new listing, or a homeowner is like, hey, I can't meet you at 4, but can you come at 12? And as long as you realize that you do have the flexibility, you're still on point. You're still getting stuff done. You still feel positive about yourself. At the same time, I personally don't like downtime. I don't like to be bored. I don't like scrolling on social media. And for me, I'm just constantly learning. But when I am constantly learning, I'm also implementing, I'm taking action. I love being creative. I love editing. I love videos. I love doing these videos for you guys. My husband and I are having fun doing videos with pre-construction condos, the videos for our listings. So I'm just always a busy bee. And regarding, oh, you know what? One thing I was going to show you here. If you notice, I did not put the time in which I wake up or go to sleep. I left that off because this is obviously for your guys' self. This is not my schedule necessarily. This is just a mock-up that I created for you guys to get a sense. But I personally do not like to wake up early. I've done it before, whether it was when I was selling cruises. I used to get up at 3 to go work at 4 in the morning because the East Coast time people were up at 7 a.m. when I was in California. I have woken up many, many times, and I just know for myself, for my health, it is not good for me. And I'm totally fine with that. So I like to wake up at a reasonable time, and I am a night owl. I go to bed late at night. I don't like to watch shows. The only show I watch, and my children know religiously, is my Real Housewives. And that is only on for 1 hour a week, max 2. If there's 2 of them, I don't watch all of them. I have my particular ones I like to watch. Otherwise, I don't really watch TV. YouTube is my TV. I love YouTube, but I really go on here to learn from all my mentors that I've kind of gathered through the years, and I'm just constantly learning. It's what motivates me. I don't really have friends that I go out with and have, like lunches with, aside from my one friend, Daniela here, who's also kind of like a mentor, and she knows that. She's my mentor / friend, and she loves being that for me, and I love learning from her, and she's so amazing with her time, and I meet with her once a month. So for the most part, I'm just always working. I like working, and that's okay with me. So yeah, I don't know if this will help. Hopefully this helps you guys. You guys have been asking me for this. So therefore, here it is. This is what I do. It's not super complicated, I hope. It's just super simple in the sense of I create my week and then I just move things around. Every single one of these is designed for the day. Again, weekly on Monday. So that way you can do this, drag it. And like, for example, if my children have soccer, then I would put like here, soccer game. As things kind of come up, then I just add them. And like, let's say, for example, if I had a buyer showing, then I would do here, buyer showing. I mean, I could probably go way deeper if you guys had questions about this, but this is just like a general, maybe I'll have to like create something for you guys even, I don't know, we'll see. But this is just kind of what I have. So here it is, take it for what it is. That's like how I do my schedule. And I don't know, like late at night, like here, I'm like probably editing videos. I mean, I'm not going to put it in there, but that's just kind of what fuels me, and what I look forward to, and I kind of get obsessed with. But I just don't really put it in my calendar because I like to have that flexibility. So hope this helps. If you are probably shocked about this cold calling part, and this is the first time you come across me, I personally make calls. It's how I generated most of my business. And if you to figure out how you can start cold calling, I do everything super simple. There's a video. It's actually a company I use, MOJO dialer. You can go ahead and watch that here. I'll see you over there. Bye, guys.